These are the physics behind why your car's brakes feel dramatically stronger right after it rains, and the answer lies in a microscopic battle between rust, friction, and the cast iron rotors spinning beneath your wheels. Every driver has experienced this phenomenon. You're driving after a rainstorm, press the brake pedal, and suddenly your car lurches forward as the brakes grab with surprising force. That first stop feels almost aggressive, like someone cranked up your brake system overnight. Then, after a few more stops, everything returns to normal. What happens in those crucial first moments reveals a fascinating interplay of chemistry, physics, and automotive engineering that most people never think about. The story begins with your brake rotors themselves. These aren't made from stainless steel or aluminum, they're cast iron, chosen specifically for its strength, heat dissipation properties, and consistent friction characteristics. But this material choice comes with a trade-off that every automotive engineer knows. Cast iron contains high levels of iron that react aggressively with moisture and oxygen. When water from rain, car washes, or even morning dew contacts your rotors, iron oxidation begins almost immediately. We're talking about surface rust forming within hours of exposure. This isn't a defect or sign of poor quality, it's simply the natural behavior of the material. Even brand new rotors will develop this thin orange coating after their first encounter with moisture. The rust layer is incredibly shallow, existing only at the surface, but its impact on braking behavior is profound. Here's where the physics gets interesting. The density of iron oxide, or rust, is much lower than the density of the original cast iron. When iron transforms into rust, it expands, creating a rougher, more textured surface. At the microscopic level, what was once a relatively smooth rotor surface becomes covered in tiny peaks and valleys of oxidized material. When you apply your brakes for the first time after rain, your brake pads encounter this rough, rusty surface instead of the smooth metal they're designed to work with. The coefficient of friction, the measure of how much grip exists between two surfaces, changes dramatically. While typical brake pad materials have a coefficient of friction between 0.3 and 0.5 against clean rotors, that rusty surface creates significantly higher friction values in those first few contact moments. Semi-metallic brake pads, which contain metal fibers designed to bite into the rotor surface, interact especially aggressively with rust. The oxidized layer acts like microscopic sandpaper, providing additional grip points that weren't there before. This explains why that first brake application feels so grabby. Your pads are literally clawing into a rougher surface than they expect. But this enhanced friction is temporary by design. The moment your brake pads clamp down on those rusty rotors, they begin scrubbing away the oxidized layer. Cast iron is relatively soft compared to the friction materials in your brake pads, so this thin rust coating disappears quickly. Each time the brakes engage, the pads clean the rotor surfaces of contaminants, including that light surface rust. Most of the time, this cleaning process happens in just 1 or 2 stops. The rust layer that took hours to develop gets ground away in seconds of contact. After those initial brake applications, you're back to metal-on-friction material contact, and the grabby sensation disappears. This cleaning action reveals another crucial aspect of brake operation that most drivers never consider: the transfer layer. At the microscopic level, effective braking depends on a nanometer-thick friction film that forms between your pads and rotors. This transfer layer, composed of nanocrystalline metal oxides and compacted wear debris, actually improves friction consistency and protects both surfaces from excessive wear. When rust disrupts this carefully established transfer layer, your first few brake applications aren't just removing oxidation, they're also re-establishing that optimal friction film. The bedding-in process, where brake pad material transfers onto the rotor surface, typically requires 20 to 30 brake applications to fully stabilize. Until this happens, friction characteristics can fluctuate unpredictably. The temperature dynamics during this process are extreme. While your brake pads might reach bulk temperatures of 500 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit during moderate braking, the flash temperatures at individual contact points spike much higher, potentially exceeding 1,500 degrees for microseconds. These thermal pulses accelerate the rust removal process and help establish the new transfer layer more quickly. Modern brake systems actually rely on this self-cleaning behavior. Engineers design brake pads with specific abrasive properties that keep rotor surfaces clean during normal operation. The friction materials contain 10 to 25 different ingredients, each contributing specific properties to optimize stopping power, fade resistance, wear life, and this crucial cleaning action. However, our changing driving patterns are creating new challenges for this system. Electric and hybrid vehicles use regenerative braking for most deceleration, meaning their friction brakes engage less frequently. Without regular pad-to-rotor contact, rust has more time to accumulate, and drivers report more pronounced grabby behavior when the friction brakes finally engage. The coronavirus pandemic highlighted this issue when many vehicles sat unused for extended periods. Brake service centers reported increased complaints about grabby brakes and even brake stiction, where corrosion products build up around the pads, causing them to stick to the rotors when parked. Some luxury manufacturers have developed sophisticated solutions to combat this problem. Audi and BMW now include rain detection systems that automatically apply light brake pressure during wet weather, not enough to slow the vehicle, but sufficient to keep the rotor surfaces clean and dry. This prevents rust formation and maintains consistent brake feel regardless of weather conditions. For most drivers, though, the grabby brake phenomenon after rain remains a normal part of the driving experience. The key is understanding when this behavior is expected versus when it might indicate a problem. Light surface rust that disappears after a few brake applications is completely normal. However, if the grabby sensation persists or if you hear grinding noises, deeper corrosion or worn brake components might be involved. Brake rotor maintenance plays a crucial role here. Rotors should be inspected every 50,000 miles, though the friction surfaces typically last 70,000 miles or more. Regular brake cleaning every 10,000 to 15,000 miles helps prevent excessive rust buildup, especially for drivers in coastal areas where salt air accelerates corrosion. The physics of post-rain braking also explains why you should never attempt to lubricate rusty rotors with products like WD-40. While these penetrating oils excel at displacing moisture and breaking down rust in other applications, they create dangerous conditions on brake components. Any lubricant on the friction surface reduces the coefficient of friction dramatically, potentially causing brake failure. Understanding this phenomenon changes how you approach driving after rain. That first aggressive brake application isn't a malfunction, it's your brake system automatically cleaning and optimizing itself for safe operation. The grabby sensation confirms that your rotors develop the expected surface rust and that your brake pads are successfully removing it. This microscopic drama plays out every time your car sits in the rain, showcasing the elegant engineering solutions that make modern transportation possible. Your brake system transforms a material weakness, cast iron's tendency to rust, into a self-maintaining feature that actually enhances initial stopping power. It's a perfect example of how understanding the physics behind everyday experiences reveals the sophisticated engineering hidden in plain sight. So the next time your brakes feel unexpectedly strong after a rainstorm, you'll know you're experiencing automotive engineering at work, a carefully orchestrated dance of chemistry, physics, and materials science that keeps you safe on the road.